really, really intense. So there'll be lots of things happening. You'll have doors open. You can see down the bottom that this is live. This is happening right this second.
Can you make a sound?
No.
Can you knock something? Yeah.
We are back!
And welcome back to our channel. Every single one of you absolutely incredibly beautiful, wonderful and amazing humans. Today is Spooky Sunday and it is the monthly Poltergeist update. We know you guys love this. I am talking. Sorry.
It has been one hell of a January. It's been a very long January, but we've made it to the end, and we are so much wiser for it. So yeah, strap yourselves in. We've got a lot to talk about.
So, get yourself a brew.
Turn off the lights.
And let's get into the video.
Ooh, yeah.
So we're going to show you a bunch of videos and explain a few things and maybe share a few stories and things like that.
Yes.
So here's the first clip.
So this is a question that we get asked quite often, and it kind of comes in waves, if you will. So there'll be times where it's really, really quiet, and then there'll be times where it's like really, really intense. So there'll be lots of things happening. You'll have doors opening and closing, drawers opening and closing, like cutlery kind of coming out and making loads of noise, and it's just things like this, right? Lots of things moving, and then it will just suddenly dip again, like the energy's gone, and it's got a kind of, I don't know, like recharge, I guess. So yeah, it comes in peaks and pits, I guess. So as you can see from this one, I rode solo on a TikTok. I've actually had quite an influence on TikTok recently. And that's because I've had a lot more time at home. Lainey's been at work full time, flat out like normal. So I thought, right, okay, I'll use this spare time that I have.
I am very grateful.
To just kind of, you know, bit of a presence on our TikTok. Anyway, someone had asked a question about how often we get activity. And it's a question that we get asked a lot. So I thought, right, I'll make a video about it so then everyone can see the answer. And lo and behold, as I was talking about the peaks and the pits of how often we get activity, the lampshade starts swinging.
I think it was actually hilarious. I think he was trying to play with you there. You're talking about how we have our quiet and busy times with our like activity in our house, and then
and then it starts swinging. But the weirdest thing is, if it had started swinging and then just kept on swinging, that would have been one thing. But it actually stopped. Like, it starts swinging and then it just stops. I didn't actually notice that until I actually watched the video back. I didn't even know that the lampshade had started swinging. So it was just as much news to me as it was to you. Which was actually mind-blowing. Because you can guarantee I wouldn't have been there for the end of the TikTok had I noticed.
I actually adore David's sense of humour on that one.
Yeah,
I think.
Top-notch banter from the lad.
Ah! Look at the door! Look at the door! Door opened. They think the ball disappeared when it was pitch. Oh, wow, look at the door, look at the door.
Yes, a tremor.
Right, yeah. So what that actually, there was a big orb came towards you then, Ben. So we've set that up now.
Tingling feeling all at the side.
Check.
Where's the other ball? So shall we turn the lights out just for 1 minute? Turn the lights out completely. So Lainey and Ben are in the dark, but I can still talk to you. So
wait, but don't move.
I'm not moving.
Ben still hasn't seen it yet. Sit back a little bit, Ben. This video is a bit of a highlight video from a live we did with Deborah, Davies, psychic medium.
This was the first time round.
Yes, this was our first live. We have done another. If you are interested in that, there is a video with a bit more detail from videos with details on our Spooky Sundays from both of those lives that we did. On this occasion, we were calling out to our spirit, and the door opened on its own.
It opened a couple of times on its own, which was mad. And then we had the occasion where the ball went missing.
Yeah.
So that was another weird experience. But like we say, we've kind of gone quite in depth with it a couple of weeks ago. So if you check on our Spooky Sunday playlist, you'll see it there. And if you want to see the full video, you can head over to Deborah Davies' Facebook page and you can watch it.
Was an orb went over Ben. I know. Can you make a sound? Can you knock something? The cat ball back.
Listen.
There was an orb went over Ben.
Can you
I know.
please listen
Can you make a sound?
now?
Can you knock something?
The fuck
What was that noise? Lainey, Ben, was that you? No, we didn't hear anything.
What the fuck?
So what you've just heard, I'll say heard because you haven't watched it. It was a really weird one. It was also from that spirit session with Deborah Davies. And it's actually sent to us by our other psychic friend, Sam. I didn't actually pick up on this, and I don't think you did.
So during the live session, people were commenting and, you know, adding in what they were experiencing and seeing and hearing. And a lot of things were being heard that we weren't able to hear them. We had no idea that noises were coming through. So I think it's a little bit like a spirit box in the sense that people are able to, use or hear things because the spirit might be using the electrical devices. I wish I could say that better, but you guys, I'm sure you know what I mean. So we weren't hearing anything.
No.
So we were quite surprised when Sam sent us this because...
Yeah, but the thing that got me the most was how clear it was.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like it was like... I mean, I still don't know what it says. But what I mean is, like, it was clear in the sense that it wasn't me, it wasn't Lainey, and it wasn't Deborah. Like, so what was it?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
If you can decipher it...
What do you guys think it is?
Yeah, if you can decipher it, please let us know down in the comments, because I've been trying to wrap my brain on this one for about 2 weeks, and I'm not getting anywhere, so a bit of support would be much appreciated. Just come downstairs, it's Thursday morning. I think it's Thursday, and I'm absolutely raging because I've come down to all this mess. That cupboard door's wide open, and all these mugs and stuff are on the floor smashed, and I'm absolutely fuming because we've got a camera here to try and pick up stuff like this, but I think the way we've angled it is so that it can kind of put it like this, see like this, because that door is usually something that turns on. But what we'll do is we'll have a check on the camera footage just to see if it did pick anything up, but I don't think these cupboards here are in shot, so we're gonna have to try and replace it, I think. David, man, back at it again with the mess. So this happened a few days after the live session that took place on the Friday, which was our first live session with Deborah. And basically, the gist of it is, we came downstairs, well, I came down first, walked through the door, and I was like, oh, brilliant. Loads of mugs have been smashed on the floor. The cupboard door was open, and I was a bit miffed, I'm not going to lie, because I was like, for fuck's sake, mugs smashed on the floor.
Yeah. When we went to bed that night, the cupboard doors were all shut.
Yeah.
I like to have like a quick spruce around the house and the kitchen usually, and well, most of the time I'll do that and just make sure that everything's kind of put away, because there's nothing worse than coming back downstairs in the morning to the mess, is there?
No. So the annoying thing is, we have now got cameras, which were kindly provided to us by Deborah, to set up around the house. We had them both set up at the time, but this was actually my fault. The way I had set up the camera and how I angled it was to kind of focus more on the door in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because that door is quite active, I guess. So I didn't think I'd need to get in the cupboards. Big mistake. Because we look back on the footage and you literally can't see anything. It wasn't triggered, but...
I was so disappointed.
Yeah, I know, so was I. And I was like, for fuck's sake, why did I angle it in that way? But a lot of people would be like, well, how come you didn't hear it? That night, I think it was like Storm Christoph or something, absolutely having everyone's pants down. Like, it was literally bellowing against the side of the house, and that was all you could hear last night. So it was either it just sunk in with that noise of the rain hitting the side of the house, or it just got completely drowned out by the sound of the storm.
Yeah, or we just
slept through it.
Which I can't understand, because I really feel like I would have woken up to that. Yeah,
which makes me, because I know you're a light sleeper, so that's what makes me think maybe if you were hearing the storm all night long, it would have just like been background noise. So maybe the smash downstairs wouldn't have been heard as easy.
But one interesting thing that we did pick up on the camera was Boo, our kitten.
Yes, I forgot about this.
He walked into the kitchen, stopped and stared for a while, didn't he?
Yeah.
at
in the direction of the cupboard
where the mugs came out and smashed onto the floor.
Yeah.
And he was almost like frozen in position.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, the cameras are motion censored, so if they detect motion, they will start recording, and then they'll stop recording after like a prolonged period of no movement. So Boo was what triggered the camera to turn on, so that's how we knew that he was looking.
Yeah.
And then, but at that point, there was nothing smashed on the floor, so it was obviously like he's obviously come in, looked at something. He was there for a good, 10, 15 seconds before moving on.
Yeah, he was like fixated on something.
Literally, like he just did not move his head. He was just looking. And then that was it. That was all the recording we got all night long.
Yeah. And these cameras are really sensitive because we'll get notifications on our phone when orbs fly past the camera.
Oh my God, the amount of orbs we've caught is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll try and share some orb videos. We're having a bit of trouble trying to get them onto our phones from the camera app, but when we work it out, hopefully we can add some in.
Yes.
Into here so you can see them.
But
yeah, that's a bit of a mystery for me. I didn't hear any of it.
No.
I don't recall hearing anything, but it definitely happened because you can see it in the video.
Exactly.
It's a bit annoying. He owes me some mugs now.
So because Deborah was quite invested in what was happening in our house, she basically said, like, oh, guys, did you catch anything on your CCTV last night?
Yeah, she was quite often, she'd be asking if you caught anything and say to send it along. Yeah. She's really good at analysing the footage.
And, like, picking out things. And interestingly enough, I picked up one recording for about 30 seconds. I didn't see anything that happened in it. So I just sent it along to her. And she was like, have you guys seen this? And she, like, cropped the bit that she saw and sent it back. And like kind of circled the tablecloth, and you can see it moving.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I completely missed that. And she was like, well, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And
so that's that bit of footage there.
Yeah, like that was probably the first paranormal thing we caught on those cameras. When you've always got a soft spot for your first, haven't you?
Special place in our heart.
Exactly.
Move the door handle.
Can you please try and move the door handle? Or try and open this door?
What have I just done? No!
Open it. Let me get that one.
Open it. Wow.
So I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this clip or the other version that was on the live, but we wanted to include this because it kind of rounds up a lot of what happened during that live session, the second one with Deborah Davies and Ghost of Britain. And if you're new to this channel and you're watching this video for the first time, then I think it's important that you see some of this sort of stuff. So we were asked to, or Ben was asked to call out and get some sort of interaction from our spirits that live in our home. Yeah. And as you see, they were very responsive. Forthcoming.
There was something actually that I never noticed, but it was just after close analysis. A lot actually happened in this clip, right? So there was not only the door handle, that was freaky in itself, but there was also a bang that happened that came from upstairs, like a knock. And the phone actually moved.
Right.
Like, so you had, I think it went in the order of like knock, phone move, door handle, like flick.
Right.
And it literally all happened within the space of a couple of seconds.
Interesting.
Absolutely mental stuff.
Yeah.
It was really weird. But if you, I mean, there was so much that happened. We've posted a couple of videos over the past couple of days about it. So if you want to see the highlights from the investigation, and if you want to see the full investigation, go and check it out on the channel. Watch this video first, though.
Go and check it out.
Just sat on the sofa, and this ball starts flashing. It's literally been sat there for like 5 minutes because I just did a TikTok with it, and it's literally just started flashing. This is mad. Is it ever going to stop? Oh, it stopped and then started again? Oh, nah, that's actually quite creepy. I'm a bit freaked out by that now. How weird.
What you can see in this video is a collection of equipment that had been sent to us by Deborah that we were given or loaned so that we could use on the night of the investigation. This video comes the day after the investigation, so everything was gathered together.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to send it back, and I thought I'm going to kind of take this opportunity to make a TikTok out of this stuff because, like, you know, people would love to see it. So I was like messing around with it, kind of like showing it off to TikTok, and I left it all, as you can see, on the cabinet, just ready to be boxed back up. And I was sat on the sofa, and so was Lainey, and the balls just started flashing.
So I look up, and there's like one of the balls is flashing. I'm like, oh look, Ben. Now that ball had sat there for like
at least 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, hadn't been touched. And it just went off on its own. It was like a little bonus, like,
Here I am, don't forget me.
Yeah, let me just play with this one last time because I know you're sending it back.
Yeah, but then the weirdest thing is it stopped and then started again. So it's like it stopped and then it was like, no, don't stop.
Like, oh wait, they're looking, let me just make it go again.
And that was the weirdest thing. Like, I couldn't believe what I was saying. Because it didn't actually go off during the investigation, but after the investigation, it goes off.
Yeah, it's typical. But we caught it, so I'm happy with that.
Exactly.
Copy what Ben says to do. Come on, copy him. Did you just blow in my ear? This clip here is very odd to me because I've had a similar thing happen in the past, and then where I've been woken up with kind of like a hiss in my ear, but this time it was like a full-blown like in my ear. And so just to kind of put everything into context, Ben had been asked during the paranormal investigation, the live that we did, to go on his own downstairs to the kitchen door where you saw the handle move.
Yes.
And we had a camera up in our bedroom and we had a camera in the kitchen, and I stayed upstairs so that they could do whatever they had planned for him to do. And well, I could hear him knocking. So he was obviously asking out, can you repeat this? And he was knocking. And then because that was going on, I thought, well, I'm going to try and help back. What's the matter?
I could have sworn I just literally saw something like literally come up to my face. It was like a little, I don't know what it was.
Weird.
It felt like, you know when we pick up orbs on the camera and what it looks like? It literally looked like that. It just came like blowing in and then like there. And then I couldn't see it anymore. I was like completely stunned by it. I want to see if we can see it on the video.
Yeah. What was I saying? So I thought that I would try and kind of like help our spirits along. So when I would hear Ben knocking, I'd say, come on, can you knock back? No, do as Ben is asking you to do. And I didn't think anything more of it. I thought they'll all be downstairs with Ben. So I'm just sat there. And then I just get this real like in my ear, and it makes me kind of like jump. And I jolted, and that's what you see. I didn't feel scared. I wasn't too worried. I did hang around for a little bit longer because I didn't want to ruin whatever they had planned going on downstairs. And then I came downstairs and showed Ben. But yeah, that was really strange. And I haven't sat and watched that footage properly. I've seen it maybe 2 or 3 times, but I haven't really paid much attention to it. And so many of you guys have said that the weirdest thing is that you can hear the sound of the blowing in my ear.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it. I've actually just watched the footage. I haven't listened to what I was saying because it's hard to watch myself back.
But weird nonetheless, once again.
Yeah.
So we're laying in bed and we're watching the live footage from our camera. But listen to it.
Can you see the orbs?
Sounds like talking.
It's like chatting.
But we're upstairs.
And there's no one else here?
You can see down the bottom that this is live. This is happening right this second.
You know what though? Look,
Do you see that orb go up there?
Yeah.
There's just been some really big ones around the front.
Shall I go down there? See if I can hear it? Like while I'm down there?
I'll go because you're not dressed. Whoa.
Hang around for part 2.
Okay. Ben's gone down now. It stopped.
Oh, I can't hear anything. Silent. You can hear a pin drop. Weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's completely stopped.
That's weird. Right, this one only actually happened a couple of nights ago, and again, our CCTV camera is coming in clutch for us. So I said before, our cameras are motion detected, so if they detect motion, they'll switch on. But if it also hears audio out of the blue, it will also switch on. So just to kind of give you a bit of a brief, there's like 2 settings on it. There's an at-home mode, which means it won't record motion because obviously you're at home.
Yeah.
But it's also, so when we go to bed, we put it on a mode called leaving the house mode, which means any motion, sound being detected will record.
Yeah.
So it was set on that. And it was the one in the kitchen, and it recorded. So we had a look through it, and we couldn't see anything.
We got a notification to say that there'd been motion detected. So
yeah, that is the fucking scariest thing, by the way. When you're laying in bed and it's like, boop,
and you're like,
motion detected, and you're like,
dare we look?
no, no, don't do this to me.
But we took a look.
Yeah, and
I was like, can't say anything, and I turned the volume up on my phone, and you could just hear.
What, it sounded like chatting?
Yeah,
it was like
you can't distinguish it.
No,
but it's like
yeah, it's like whispers and talking.
I've experienced this before myself in the house.
Yeah,
I've thought that a TV's been left on downstairs, and I've come downstairs, or Alexa, and I've come downstairs in the night, and as I've got to the door, it's just completely stopped. But Ben went downstairs this time. So
I feel like I don't know what's come over me recently.
Yeah, Ben's like getting brave now.
Getting some big balls. What would you name me, Lainey?
Bobby Big Balls over here. Big D and Bobby Big Balls. What a collection of humans.
What can we call you?
What a collection of spirits.
What can we call you?
What a collection of personalities.
Exactly. Anyway, I came downstairs, and as I came through the doors, like, okay, there is nothing going on down here.
No, and that's like so the strangest thing is that, again, for you, could you hear it on the way downstairs?
No, I was actually kind of geeing myself
until
up.
You got to the door, I think I could still hear it. I'll have to look back.
But like, you recorded it from upstairs, so you were watching through the camera.
Yeah.
And I came downstairs. I couldn't hear anything, and then you talked to me through the camera, and you were like, it stopped. But there was a really weird thing where we never noticed it at the time, but people picked up on it. There was 2 parts to the video. The part 1 where we were upstairs, to part 2 was me going downstairs. And the door was actually more open the second time than the first time. So we might have to have a little look through the footage to see if we can see it opening at all. But I think...
Yeah, because you only get a minute on TikTok.
Yeah.
You're really like limited to...
Exactly.
Like,
to how
we couldn't
long...
just keep the camera rolling.
Yeah, or else we would have. But the thing is, like, we went downstairs, and I didn't notice it at the time, but, I mean, it was weird. It stopped, and then that was it, really. It didn't carry on at all, did it? Like, it didn't get back upstairs and then start... It literally just cut off there. So, yeah, weird.
Someone was having a nice little natter.
They're probably bitching about us. These 2 fucking idiots. When can we kill them? Come on.
Incessant people.
Come on, man. Like, we've had our 5 minutes of fame on TikTok. Can we just get rid of them now?
Take over their bodies.
Oh, God. No, don't give them ideas.
Show them at the party like it's 1666. Wait, wasn't that the Great Fire of London? It was.
I think so. Can we do like 1966 when we won the World Cup? Just go, it's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming.
Dave would absolutely have been alive for that.
Oh, he would have been living for it.
He might have just been a little bairn by then.
He might have been. So yeah, more weird activity.
Finally, we're just going to finish off with some footage where our camera has picked up some orbs. So what you're going to hear is a beep as the camera is like acknowledging it's recording.
Yes.
But then, and that's because it's been like triggered by the
motion.
movement. Yeah. So let us know what you think. It's really strange.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that concludes our Spooky Sunday,
our roundup,
paranormal roundup
for another month. Like we say, this January has been just a bit of a roller coaster, really. Like
Yeah.
we've had everything. We went from just welcoming in the new year and doing what we do best, and then like before we knew it, we were talking to psychics and then having a full-blown paranormal investigation. You couldn't have foreseen it unless you were psychic yourself. So.
If you enjoyed this video, we would love it if you could give it a thumbs up. Leave us a lovely comment. Tell us what you think about the things that we've shared with you.
Hit the subscribe button to follow our wicked yet weird journey. And tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. We upload on a Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 8 p.m. We do a live every Saturday night at 8 p.m. as well.
Come and join us on our social medias. It's at Lainey and Ben across all the usual platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to see you over there. We try to reply to as many comments and messages as possible. All that's left to say now is thank you so very much for joining us here again on another Spooky Sunday.
Until Tuesday when we see you on our next video, peace.
Ding.
Dong.
Boom.
Yeah.